There's this smell, rubber, ozone from the motor, maybe a bit of plastic cement. It takes you right back. We're deep diving today into those RC pioneers, the ones who built the Tamiya legends. Think the Porsche 934 Turbo RSR kit 58701, or the amazing Sandscorcher, that real Golden Age stuff.
Absolutely. And those same hands, the ones that meticulously assembled those classics, well, they're still eager, but maybe now they're facing new challenges, arthritis perhaps, or limited mobility, dexterity issues. So our mission really for this deep dive is to show that this isn't the end of the road for the hobby. Not at all. It's just, let's say, a new turn on the track, a very adaptable one.
Right. And the place to start, I think, is the psychology, because it's more than just fun, isn't it? It's genuinely therapeutic. Why is RC so good at getting you into that flow state better than, say, other hobbies?
Well, it's about the sustained focus, often under a bit of pressure. Building requires concentration, sure, but driving, that demands constant, precise motor control, simultaneous inputs. It kind of crowds out the background noise, the stress. It becomes this active mindfulness, a real mental break, but your brain is still highly engaged.
That engagement. Yeah, that's powerful. And then there's this concept of vicarious freedom, especially with FPV, first-person view. We heard about Matt, a C4 quadriplegic. He talks about this powerful sense of freedom he gets driving his RC crawlers, his boats down by the river. He's basically exploring places through the model that he physically can't access.
Exactly. And that feeling, that success, maybe finishing a tough build or nailing a tricky section of trail that's crucial, it gives you that dopamine hit, it builds self-esteem. It's a direct counter to maybe feeling like you've lost certain capabilities. You're in command again.
Okay, that sense of mastery is vital. But you need the tools, the physical bridge, to actually do it. This is where the ticket's really interesting. Borrowing from adaptive gaming. How complex is this stuff to set up for, the average person?
It sounds more daunting than it is, actually. Things are getting more standardized. The heart of it is usually a small programmable board, like an Arduino. It acts as a translator. It takes signals from something like the Xbox Adaptive Controller, the XAC, and converts them into commands the RC car or truck understands.
So the XAC is like the central hub.
Pretty much, yeah. It can take all sorts of different inputs.
What kind of inputs are we talking about for people with maybe severe limitations?
This is where the versatility shines. You've got things like the quad stick, that's a sophisticated mouth-operated joystick. It uses sip and puff actions for really fine control over steering and throttle. And then there's the Freedom Wing adapter. That lets someone use their powered wheelchair's own joystick to drive the RC vehicle, all routed through the XAC.
That covers the driving, which is amazing. But building the kits, that's still a hands-on challenge. What about the workbench itself? Forget the high-tech for a moment. What simple, low-tech aids make a real difference for assembly?
Yeah, these tiny parts and screws can be tough, but simple fixes work wonders. We've seen people use things like moldable putty, shoe glue maybe, or just foam grip tubing slipped over small tools. It creates custom ergonomic handles, makes them easier to hold, less strain on the joints, and honestly, a good magnifying lamp with a bright light, it's non-negotiable. Cuts down eye strain, lets you see the detail you need, even if fine motor control isn't perfect.
Makes sense. And the hobby itself is so diverse. Does one type of RC lend itself better to accessibility?
Rock crawling. Definitely rock crawling. It's slow, it's methodical, it's all about strategy, not speed. You can often enjoy it from an accessible path, or even just sitting in one spot. Plus, if you add an FPV camera onto the crawler rig itself, line of sight doesn't matter anymore. The driver can explore anywhere virtually.
Okay, that's great for trying something new. But what about that pioneer? The one wanting to reconnect with, say, their Tamiya roots. Should they hunt down a vintage original or go for a modern re-release kit?
For accessibility, the re-release, hands down. Modern Tamiya kits are just known for this incredible precision. People call it shake and bake sometimes. The parts just fit perfectly. That ease of assembly, even if it wasn't designed for accessibility, it is a massive accessibility feature. It cuts way down on frustration and the physical effort needed.
And the instructions are probably easier to handle, too.
Oh, absolutely. You can get high-res PDFs online now for almost all the re-releases. Pull it up on a tablet, zoom in as much as you need. No more squinting at tiny diagrams on faded paper. Huge help for aging eyes. Looking at the bigger picture here, it feels like the community is really driving this. You see it online, right? Forums, Facebook groups, people are sharing designs for 3D printed adaptive parts, open source code for controllers. It's like a decentralized R&D network. They're building their own solutions.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway? For the industry, maybe. It seems like they need to really recognize that the engineering quality in modern kits is an accessibility feature. Maybe even market it that way.
Exactly right. It's already there. And the other piece is the social side. RC clubs could be more proactive. Think about formal, inclusive policies, like allowing a substitute marshal to run out and grab a car for a disabled racer during a race, just ensuring that the whole experience, the competition, the community, stays open to everyone who has the passion to drive.